Yes, guys. Good afternoon, people. How are we all doing? Thank you very much for joining me again today. We're going to be talking about Liverpool back in the Champions League up against AC Milan. We're talking match preview here. We're going to go through the whole game. Squad rotation, squad tactics, what we're going to do, people that we might see, form going into this game. Yeah, plenty to talk about. But the Champions League's back, guys, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't know about everyone in the chat, but I'm excited for it. But if you are in the chat right now, please let me know. I think YouTube is playing crazy at the moment, so my live chat is not working right now. So if you are here, please say, put a thumbs up in the live chat or just something in live chat, because my live chat's not working right now. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. It's down for some reason, but yeah. Let me know if you're here. And guys, don't forget to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe and all that good thing. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. We got the watch along later on today as well. We got the watch along a bit later on this evening as well. We'll be live around 7:30 tonight for the watch along on the channel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. Loads of things I'm looking forward to. Oh god, sorry, I got hiccups. I got hiccups, but yeah, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone in the chat. It's good to see everyone here, guys. Don't forget getting your questions and your thoughts on the game today as well. I want everyone's thoughts and their questions on the game today as well. So make sure you get yourself in the chat. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. At this moment in time, there is no squad leaks, any team news leaks. I don't think. Let me just check on Twitter just now, see if anything's come up. Usually we hear a little something, but nothing at this moment in time. We have obviously got this quote going around from FSG at the moment. I don't know if people heard it. I think it's another story for another time. But yeah, Kieran Maguire has basically said today that Liverpool are more likely to have a greater cost control because FFG have no interest in football, but a lot of interest in making money. Having stricter spending rules is one way of achieving that. This comes from TBR Football today, as Liverpool owners FSG have no interest in football, aimed at £3 billion talks with Saudi Arabia, and that's to do with the Gulf. So that's a video I might make tomorrow. I might talk about that tomorrow, but that's going around at the moment. It's something I think, a lot of quotes from that article have been spread online at the moment. So I think it's something we need to talk about, but I don't really want to talk about it today because it's Champions League day. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll go through it all then. But yeah, nothing really coming through at the moment from leaked team news. Might be a bit early, but we know everyone is fit and available. The only one, that's missing from the team, obviously, is Harvey Elliott, who, surprisingly, after that game against Nottingham Forest, he actually missed Harvey Elliott. He's going to be a miss, but he literally is the only miss so far. Big up my man Solo in the chat. Big up my man Football Ends in the chat. Big up Ends. How you doing, man? How you doing? Well. Big up Brett as well. Guys, so what I want you to do today. Now, we're a Liverpool community around here. We all follow and share each other's channels. We, mostly people that watch me will watch Ends, will watch Savage, will watch G, will watch Hussam, we all watch each other's Liverpool shows. Yes, what I want everyone to do, make sure they subscribe to Ends' channel. And make sure, guys, you go and subscribe to Solo's channel as well. So Solo's been doing YouTube for quite a while now. He's trying to build up his channel. So if you could go and subscribe to my man Solo P1. He does Formula One content as well. So if you like Formula One content, go and check Solo out as well. He's been grinding for some time now. So go and give a man a shout out. And of course, my man Ends as well. Doing bits at the moment as well. Channel's coming on beautifully. Make sure you go and check him out as well. Big up to everyone in the chat. I hope you're having a great day, man. Big up FSG can now fully concentrate making money. Look, what I'll do, I'm going to talk about this FSG stuff tomorrow because what I want to do, I want to read the article properly. Now, with these articles that go along online, that sometimes people take little quotes out of the article because they know it's something like FSG don't want to spend and save money and things like that and just make money on Liverpool. They know that's going to be a very easy clickbait thing. People will click on that, read it, and then won't read the whole article. So what I want to do, I want to read the article that they put out today, that TBR Football put out. It's a piece by Kieran Maguire. So it's something I want to read. I'm going to read it and probably do a video about it sometime this week. So we'll talk about all that then. But look, big up, Ben. Big up. Big up Honcho in the chat as well. You're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up Gangan. He's such a troll. He is, man. Big up Gangan Deep as well. Big up Brett Young in the chat. LFC Shankly in the chat as well. Big up Solo. Big up Brett. So we're kicking off. Let's get this going over now. So we are back in the Champions League after being 12 months out of it last year because we had to play Europa League football. And let's be fair here. Look, as much as I like the Europa League and stuff like that, it was a little bit of a slog. Playing Thursday and Sunday was a bit of a hassle. But guess what? The Champions League went, that Thursday, Sunday thing, bang. Champions League games on Thursdays, so you can't get away from it. So I believe the Champions League now every other week is a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. I believe Arsenal play on Thursday, so Liverpool will play a Champions League game on a Thursday. It's going to happen. This new format is shit and wank. I think I was listening to Rodri's press conference. Rodri, the Man City player, I was listening to his press conference today, and he's talking about players going on strike. He's literally talking about players might go on strike because of the amount of games they got to play. I doubt the players will, because all they would do is stop their money, and let's face it, it's what the footballers care about. I doubt they go on strike, but it's a lot more games. So the Champions League goes up to January, I believe. Usually it stops in December. You have a Christmas break. You come back, around February time? And, and then you go to the knockouts. But now the Champions League is, I believe there's no stop. It runs all the way through till January. And I don't know if there's a little break after January and then we go into knockout stages. But it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. And it's so much football. It really is. Is it good for the viewing public? Probably, because we get more football to digest and talk about and watch. But for a player and a manager, it's probably a massive arseache. I ain't gonna lie. It's probably a massive arseache. Trey's the future Liverpool captain after Trent, I reckon. I'm going to say it right now. I don't want Trent Alexander-Arnold as my captain. There you go, I've said it. I'm going to take the bandage right off, guys. I'm taking the plaster right off right now. I do not want Trent as my captain. Come at me. I just don't want him as captain. I just don't want Trent as captain, man. It's not leadership material. It's too selfish. Too arrogant. Too selfish, and he's too arrogant. I don't think he's captain material. I really don't think he's captain material. And that's not about his game or a player that he is. He's a fabulous player. Yeah, he's a fabulous footballer. I'm not going to take that away from him. Just don't think he's a captain. Some players can be tremendous footballers, by the way. Doesn't mean they're going to be a good captain. Really doesn't mean it. Because he's homegrown Scouse boy. Should he get captaincy? That's the only thing I probably look at. I don't know what. If Trent weren't a Scouser, guys, let's be fair here. If Trent weren't a Scouser and this weren't his club, would people be looking at him to be a captain? Probably not. Probably not. I just don't think he's got that. I just don't know what it is. It's just for me, guys. I just don't find him. I just don't find him captain material. I just think he's a tremendous player. I've never seen him as a leader. Look, when Stevie came through the ranks, Stevie looked like a leader straight away. When I watched Stevie Gerrard play, he always looked like a leader. He looked like a person everyone follows, and I go, I want to play for Stevie. You know, you hear like England players that never played for Liverpool. They were like, I've got a chance to play with Stevie in like training sessions and stuff like that because he's a leader. That's what people want to play. I just want, if Trent stays at Liverpool and signs a new contract, I'd rather Trent just be free of the captaincy, free of the leadership, and just concentrate in his game and not hung down with the captaincy. I just don't think it's for him. I really don't. I'd rather Alexis McAllister be captain, to be fair. I'd rather Alexis McAllister be captain. Right. Rather Mo Salah be captain. To be fair, if Virgil goes and Mo stays, I'd give Mo Salah the captaincy. Personally, I'd rather give Mo Salah the captaincy right now over Trent. I know I've opened a can of worms up now, and people go come at me. Oh, you hate Trent Alexander-Arnold? No, I do not. I just don't think he's a captain, man. I just don't think he's a leader. I don't think he's that. I think he's a tremendous footballer. But you can't say these things on YouTube, yeah? Because people will come at you and go, oh, Jamie Phillips doesn't think Trent's all that. People will go on other people's channels now, listen to this, and go on other channels and go, oh, you heard what Jamie said. Jamie doesn't think Trent's any good and he doesn't want him as captain and all this. You know, it's what happens on YouTube, you know. But I'm like, no, I like Trent. I'm sure he's a great guy. He's a quality player. I'm not going to dismiss his ability as a footballer. He's a quality player. But are we only giving him the captaincy? I mean, why do people want Trent as captain? Is it just because he's a Scouse boy, born and bred, and he's a born red? Is that why everyone wants to give him the captaincy? Because if that's it, then I don't think that's really a captain, is it? You know what I'm saying? I don't really think that's a. And Salah is selfish, ends. You're right, man. I'm not going to disagree with that. Not going to disagree with that at all. You're right, he is. But yeah, I like selfish Mo at times, but sometimes Mo's too selfish. I will agree. Like against Nottingham Forest, you know, as much as I love Mo Salah, that was the most selfish Mo Salah against Nottingham Forest, wasn't it? And we all agree with that. Yeah. Ends has got it. To be fair, Ends has got it. I'll give it to Ends, man. He said it plenty of times on his channel. His reasons for not liking Mo Salah. Of course, he likes Mo Salah, but his opinions of him being selfish and stuff like that. And we sometimes play better without him. And because Ends said it, people will then go everywhere across the stratosphere and go, do you know what Ends said about Mo Salah? He don't like him. He thinks he's shit. And it's just not true. It's not what Ends said. Big up Michael in the house. Big up Michael Talks Football. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Been a while, man. I hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, every forward has a selfish streak. Of course they do. They have to be a forward. You'll be Redman TV's Prayer of the Week if you disclose your true views. I've already been on that. I've already been on Prayer of the Week. I will never, ever get invited onto Redman TV. I will never, ever get invited on Redman TV. I've already been Pratt of the Week. You know, because I dared to say that Jurgen Klopp weren't the Messiah. You know, and that was it. That was like, not real Liverpool fan. It's just mad. Yeah, be out, Mike. Right, you're doing well, man. I love Salah, but he was so poor. Oh, he was terrible, man. Last game didn't even mention him. It was Szoboszlai. It was all Szoboszlai's fault. Yeah, look, let's face it. Salah, Trent, and Szoboszlai were all dog shit against Nottingham Forest. All of them. I literally think I think Virgil and Kanate were all right. I think McAllister and Gravenberch are all right. Everyone else was dog. Everyone else was dog. Michael says tough game tonight, but Milan are in terrible defensively. Yeah, didn't they win 4-0 the weekend, if I remember rightly? I think they were 4-0 up. I don't know if it's ended that game. Yeah, I'm with you, Philip. Like, I think a game against Forest, we saw it weren't the right time, but there is times. Exactly. Yeah, 4-0 against Hipster. Hey, Vincenzo. Hipster FC, you know. I mean, yeah, look, it's going to be a difficult game. I'm not sure. I haven't been watching AC Milan. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, oh, I've watched so much AC Milan lately. I really haven't. I know my man Michael. He watches everything, man. The man watches. I don't know how Michael does it. He watches literally everything. So my man Michael will probably be able to tell me more. But yeah, I'm not. I haven't really been watching Milan that closely to know what they're particularly been like, how they're playing. I just know it's a European game against AC Milan. You know, it's a legendary game in European terms. It's AC Milan and Liverpool, for goodness sake. So yeah, let's have a look at their Serie A record. So, oh bloody hell! So AC Milan at the moment in Serie A 10th, 4 games played, 1 game won, 2 games drawn, 1 goal scored. They have conceded 6 goals already in 4 games. So they're leaky at the back. They've scored 9 goals. So they got an eye for goal. I think only Napoli have scored the same amount. So Napoli and Milan have both scored. So Napoli, Inter, and AC Milan have all scored 9 goals. So they got an eye for goal, but they can't keep clean sheets. They've conceded 6 goals already, which is one of the worst already in Italy. Yeah, it's terrible, man. So they're sitting in 10th place right now. Christian Pulisic at the moment is, you know, SofaScore is saying is their highest rated player with 7.6%. Rafael Leao, obviously. Tammy Abraham, Theo Hernandez, Ismail Benacer. I think he's out, isn't he? They got Ruben Loftus-Cheek. What are we doing here? Literally, is that a joke? Is that a joke? AC Milan have got Rufus. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Rufus Loftus-Cheek. Okay, it's like that, is it? It's like that. Let me go to their last game, which was their 4-0 win. Let's get their lineups on the screen. What I'll do, I'm going to share this with you guys. He starts every game. Man, Loftus-Cheek, eh? If you told me 10 years ago that AC Milan would have to start Rufus Loftus-Cheek in their midfield every game, I would have called you a liar. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. Pray for God, Emerson and Cafu. Right. Let me see if I can make this a bit bigger. Big up SofaScore, by the way. Well, not my page. I'm making my page bigger like a numpty. So, average age, you see it there, 26. Yeah, I'll go full screen. It might be better. So, average age there, obviously, of their first 11 in their last game was 26 years of age. Mike Mannigan in goal. Emerson Royale. Nah. They didn't go and buy Emerson Royale. They didn't go and buy Emerson Royale with cheese. Please don't tell me they did that. They didn't go and buy Emerson Royale with cheese, no? Jesus Christ almighty. Oh, KFC Royale. Oh, my God. I like Reinders, the Dutch midfielder. He's good. Yusuf Fofana. Is that the Monaco player? Is that Yusuf Fofana from Monaco? Is that who they went and bought? And Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, my God. So that is a very defensive midfield. Who's the attacking player in that midfield? Is it Ruben Loftus-Cheek? I would take it. Christian Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, and Rafael Leao. Right. If Liverpool don't beat this 11, if that's the 11 that plays Liverpool tonight and we don't win, I don't want excuses. I just don't want to hear any excuses. They got Emerson Royale with cheese at fullback. Theo Hernandez is obviously a decent player. And then they got the most defensive midfield I've ever seen in Fofana, Reinders, and Loftus-Cheek, who'd probably go be their main goal threat from there. Then they got Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, and Rafael Leao. Nah, don't want any excuses, man. Maybe Tomori starts in at 11, maybe. I don't want any excuses that we have to win that game. Nah, nah. We have to win that game. Like, who else? Like, let's have a look here. So they drew 2-2 with Lazio. What's the team they had out for Lazio? Lazio player of the match. Where's the teams at? Lineups. There we go. So there's your line. This is their lineup against Lazio. So this is how they lined up against Lazio. They went in a double pivot with Reinders and Fofana. Chukwueze. Oh my God. Samuel Chukwueze. Christian Pulisic. Loftus-Cheek was the three behind Noah. Oh my God. Look at the ratings. Look at the ratings. They played Lazio away. Look at these ratings. Look at these dead ratings. Look at this dead team. Dead team. All right, we have got to win this. Oh my God. What are we doing here? Let's go to Parma. Game they lost. Who did they play in the Parma game? By the way, SofaScore, if you want to sponsor the channel, I'll keep using your stuff. So hit me up. Cheap plug. So they didn't learn their lesson. So they pretty much went the same team in the game that they lost. Okay. Nah. Parma, man. They lost to this Parma team. They lost to this Parma team. They lost to that Parma team. They lost to that Parma team. That's just mad. There's a team again. Rafael Leao, Christian Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek. I expect this to be how they set up against Liverpool tonight. They'll probably go with a flat four. Tomori might come back in. They'll probably go with Reinders. I don't think they'll go with Yunus Musa. I expect they'll probably go with a new guy up in the middle there. And I expect that might be the team if they're fit. Don't know if they're fit. Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic, or Leao. Obviously, Leao can be a danger man. We know how good Leao is. He can definitely be a danger man. There's no doubt about it. He could definitely be a danger man. But yeah, they're not setting the world on fire at the moment, are they? They've had 4 matches. They've scored 9 goals, conceded 6 and 6 assists. Their attacking phase of play, they score over 2 goals a game so far this season. So they got goals in them. Saying that, they've had 2 penalties. So 2 of their 9 goals have come from penalties. No free kick goals. Goals from outside the box. 9 from 39. Outside the goals from inside the box. All their goals have come from inside the box. No goals from outside the box. So no long range shots. Most of their goals have come on the right foot. Big chances per game. They're averaging 3 big chances a game, which isn't really that good. I'm missing quite a lot of big chances as well. Hit the woodwork one. Counter attacks 2. They're defending. They've had 1 clean sheet. Goals conceded is 1.5 at the moment. Tackles per game 14. Interceptions per game. You can see all that there. Interesting. Right, let's go to Liverpool. Go to our form so far this season. So we played 4 games, 7 goals, 1 goal conceded. Goals per game. Our goals per game is down on AC Milan's. All our goals have come inside the box exactly the same. So that's quite similar. Defending, we've had 3 clean sheets. We've hardly conceded. Look, goals conceded per game is 0.3. Tackles a game is higher. Interceptions per game is higher. Clearances per game is higher. Saves per game about the same. Balls recovered per game 50%. Interesting. Let me go to our last game against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, this is the game. This is the game we lost. That's the team we put out. And does anyone expect any changes? Now, I'll ask everyone in the chat now. 3 chances more than we managed against Forest. Does anyone expect any changes? Honestly, does anyone expect any changes? Right, so this player here, obviously, Dominic Szoboszlai. He's the person that, you know, a lot of attention is on right now. A lot of attention's on this guy right now. Oh God, what's this shit? Yeah, all right, I see. Yeah, okay, I don't want this on my screen. Let's get rid of that. Okay, now. Sorry, guys. So this is the guy. Look, there's his overall heat map at the moment. So as you can see, there's Dominic Szoboszlai's heat map for Liverpool at the moment. He pretty much plays quite everywhere in that central area of the pitch. He pretty much takes up a whole central area of the pitch, defensively and attacking. But if you look at his attacking phase of play on his heat map, he's not getting in the box enough. You know, he's not getting in the box anywhere near enough. Slot made point of that as well. Slot made a massive point of that, you know. He said basically a player like Szoboszlai needs to get more goals. I mean, look at his expected GA. His expected GA at the moment, expected XG, sorry, is 0.16. That's his expected XG. His expected XG on assists is 0.08. So what that basically is telling me is he's not assisting and he's not even a threat in front of goal. I think that was the game against Forest, to be fair. Yeah, that was the game against Forest. But yeah, it's just... look at this bit. Hang on, guys. Does anyone see that highlighted passage there where it says weaknesses? No outstanding weaknesses, it says. Okay. No. I like all our players, yeah. But every player's got a weakness. To say that Dominic Szoboszlai has no outstanding weaknesses is a bit of a fetch. He's not Messi. The man's not Messi. I wish he was. I wish he played like Messi, obviously. But, his strengths there are playmaking, passing, and consistency. Consistency is now a strength, yeah. I expect consistency from most Premier League players. So we're now making consistency a strength. Passing. What's the one thing we talk about with Szoboszlai, man? It's the one thing we talk about Szoboszlai. His passing is not great. Playmaking, I'm not sure. I'm not. Sofa score, I love you, but I don't think you got that right, man. Right, there's his season's heat map. Actually, look, there's his season's heat map. He's started all 4 games. He's playing 90 minutes per game. He's playing 90 minutes per game. Goals, he's got none. Expected goals, that's his XG this season so far, 0.42. His scoring frequency, 0. His goals per game, 0. Shots per game, 1.8. Shots on target per game, 0.0. Big chances missed, 1. Goal conversion, 0. Attacking wise, he's just not it at the moment. Expected assists ain't even in the 1 yet. It's 0.72. And this is what Slot talked about. Slot spoke in his press conference about Dominic Szoboszlai that if he's going to play the number 10 for Liverpool, these numbers need to be higher. They just need to be higher. Now, defending, interceptions per game, 0.3. Tackles per game, 1. Possession, 1, 0.5. Balls recovered per game, 5.8. So his ball recovery is pretty good. His ball recovery is pretty good. And that's one thing we've always given credit for. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting player is Mr. Dominic Szoboszlai. We needed to reinvent the wheel. But let's take that off. Let's take that off. So, with all that in mind, guys, the team tonight, what do we think is going to happen? Is Slot going to rotate? Do you think we see any rotation coming in for tonight's game? Let me know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Rotation. I need to hear from you. What do we think? I don't think Slot's going to rotate much this season at all. If he doesn't need to, I don't think he'll rotate. What do you guys in the chat think? Should there be rotation? Should there be ignite? And we're not on about massive rotation. It could be 1 or 2 players only. How do we feel about it? Yeah, we must. Only a couple of players. Chiesa, Nunes, Kwanzaa, Costas, Bradley. I would start a lot. Says Mac. A lot of people say Nunes to come in. I hear the Nunes shouts. Now, I think AC Milan, I don't think they play that well. They can't play a low block if they've conceded 9 goals. They must play pretty high up the pitch. So if AC Milan try and play a high line and try and play high up the pitch, is Darwin Nunes more suited to play that game than a Diogo Jota? I like Jota. Jota's a very, very good player. But Jota has been not good. He's got 1 goal in 4 games. Playing the centre forward role in the way he plays it, we don't get the ball into him because he gets heavily marked. Also, he does like to drop deep. So when Jota drops deep, sometimes we get the ball and he's not in a position we need to give it to him. So would Darwin be the one? Coming in? I know people said Cody Gakpo for Luis Diaz. I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't see it. Salah's not going to be rotated. It's Arne Slot's first game in the Champions League. It's Arne Slot's first game in the Champions League for Liverpool, should I say? Let me just correct that. It's Arne Slot's first game in Champions League for Liverpool. I don't think he's going to go into his first game, not knowing his squad properly yet, and heavily rotate. I'd be shocked if he did. I mean, he could have rotated easier against Nottingham Forest than he is in this game. I'm going on no rotation, you know. I'm going on no rotation. I think it's the same 11. I think Gravenberch is absolutely fine fit at the moment. He's perfectly fine and fit and ready to go. I've heard nothing about the Alexis McAllister situation. I think McAllister is absolutely fine. If he was injured, I think we'd have known about it by now. So I think he's fine. So I think he plays. The way Slot spoke about Szoboszlai in the press conference, it was like he was trying to gear him up to give him a bit of encouragement. So I'd be surprised if Slot said that in the press conference and then dropped Szoboszlai for this game. So I expect Szoboszlai to start. And I expect the front three. I expect it to be Salah, Jota, and Diaz. I know everyone's on about Chiesa. I think Chiesa will have some minutes today. I think Slot said he probably wouldn't start, but he'll definitely get some minutes. The fact that it's the first squad that Chiesa's been a part of, I'd be shocked to see Chiesa start a game when it's the first squad he's actually been a part of since we bought him. So I expect Chiesa to just get minutes in this game. I think Chiesa's first start might come against West Ham in the League Cup. I expect him to come on as a sub in this game, get minutes, come on as a sub against Bournemouth at Anfield and get minutes, and then start against West Ham in the League Cup. That's what I would expect. I think that's the way of easing Chiesa in. And if Chiesa kicks on well, then we've got a dilemma in that forward area. If he kicks on well, and that's a dilemma we need. Now, with the rotation, I don't think the Forest game was the reason we lost the Forest game was because of rotation. I don't believe it at all. I think the reason we lost the Forest game is because none of them listened to instructions. Not one of them listened to Slot's instructions, and they went back into Klopp mode. I honestly believe them players against Nottingham Forest went back into Klopp mode. And, not in a good version of Klopp. The bad version of Jurgen Klopp teams, not on Jurgen Klopp, but bad versions of Jurgen Klopp teams when they used to rush and just play kick and rush football and play Hollywood passes and stuff like that. Sort of like what we saw towards the end of last season. That's how they sort of played. That's how we played. And they need to listen to instructions a little bit. Trent can't do. Trent will find a 50-yard pass and put it on someone's chest, and they go score a goal. It's going to happen because he can do it. But I think Slot would rather him take an extra touch, play it easier, and wait for that moment instead of spamming it every fucking 30 seconds. That would help. He wants to play through the midfield. He wants good possession in the middle of the pitch, play through the midfield, and then go direct to the wingers when you have the chance and opportunity. I just think we went. I think it's about being patient. I think the players have just got to learn to be a bit more patient, and things will happen. You got to trust the manager. The players have to trust the manager. They have to trust what he's telling them. If he wants them to just keep playing the way, 1-2 touch football, play through the middle, play through the press, keep going. Eventually, you'll get your goal and you'll get your moment. So that's something I think the players have got to trust and try and take on board. Obviously, these players have only played for Slot for like a couple of months. They played for Jurgen Klopp for years. So when it's going bad and it's going against you, you just go with what you know and what you've been taught and what you've learned for the last few years, and that's just go to Klopp ball. And that's something that don't really suit the way we're playing right now. So yeah, I think rotation is not needed right now. I just don't think it's needed right now. The only bit of rotation I could see us doing maybe is Tsimikas or Robbo. I don't see anyone else coming into that midfield. Boy, is it true? Man City are getting relegated next season. Apparently, Sky Sports announced it. I have not heard anything. I've not heard anything. I think there's an opportunity for them gets I've not heard anything. I think it's because they're having their court case right now. So yeah, they're having their court case right now. So we'll find out in November, apparently. Yeah, Trent was just spanning, man. He's just spanning. Fuck it. Bring back 4-4-2. Let's get Gakpo and Darby. See link up, clicking. Yeah, look, that'd be good. But I just don't think we're going to like. I don't think he's going to swap Trent out because Conor Bradley got absolutely annihilated against Nottingham Forest. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. You know, when players get annihilated, because we like that player, we've got to admit when that player gets annihilated, and he got annihilated. So I don't see Conor Bradley starting. Robbo and Tsimikas maybe, because Robbo was dog turd against Forest. First bad game of the season, to be fair. I think it's been pretty good, but does Slot trust Tsimikas enough to bring him in? That's the other thing. The midfield area, Curtis Jones has just come back from injuries. I don't see him starting. Harvey Elliott's injured. I don't think he's going to start. I'd be shocked if he started Endo from absolutely nowhere. I mean, Wataru Endo's not played any minutes really yet. So just to go, right, Wataru, you can play this guy. I mean, that'd just be a call from absolutely nowhere, wouldn't it? So I don't expect Wataru Endo coming. I don't expect Curtis Jones coming because he's just come back from injury. Harvey Elliott's injured. So I think he goes to the same midfield. And maybe up front you could see some rotation. I think in the forward line you could see some rotation. You could possibly see Gakpo for Diaz maybe and Darwin for Jota. Just not sure. Not sure. Guys, let me know. Give me your 11s in the chat. I want everyone to give me your 11s in the chat. Give me your team sheet right now. I want to see everyone's team sheet in the chat. Let's go. And while you're doing that, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share, hit that subscribe if you're new around here as well. Again, I'll be back later this evening at 7:30 for the watch along between AC Milan and Liverpool. It's going to be great, man. It's a proper European game. It's European heritage between AC Milan and Liverpool. Both, obviously, AC Milan won the European Cup 7 times, and Liverpool 6. There's so much there. Heritage. You know what I'm saying? They've both won their league, I believe, 19 times as well. Might be wrong there. I'm not quite sure. I think they have anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a good game, man. There is one. Same 11. Trent, Allison, Ibu, Van Dijk, Costas, Maka, Grav, Domo, Nunes and Diaz. Allison, Trent, Ibu, Robbo, Grav, Mac and Szoboszlai, Diaz, Jota, Salah. Stabby says, I think if Slot knew the squad, you would never put Trent in midfield, and that was what caused the goal. Trent not pressing like Grav, and if not, he should have tucked in, but Trent doesn't see danger fast. I agree. And as a right back, he never has to see it fast, does he? Same 11. Ali, Gomez, Van Dijk, Canate, Trent, Gravenberch, Morton, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Darwin and Nunes. Darwin, Nunes and Salah. Tyler Morton. I hear you, A9, but see, my problem is Tyler Morton and Endo have had no minutes, and this is a big Champions League game. I hear you. I just don't see. I'll be shocked if Slot throws them in. I think Slot will change the whole team for the League Cup. For the League Cup game against West Ham, I expect to see Gomez and Kwanzaa as the centre backs, Conor Bradley and Tsimikas in the full backs role. So that's the whole defence changed. I expect to see a midfield of Tyler Morton, Endo, and Curtis Jones. A forward line of Gakpo, Darwin Nunes, and Federico Chiesa. I think that'll be the team against West Ham. Then it gives him 90 minutes to look at his second string in that West Ham game to realise who's good enough and who's not. And then he brings everyone fresh back. I just wonder, because it's a Champions League game, Morton for 45 minutes, maybe. It's just because it's a Champions League game, A9, you know what I mean? And I just wonder if it didn't rotate against Forest. I would have seen him rotating against Forest at home more than rotating against AC Milan away. It would be a bit weird if he rotates tonight. If you are like, I would be like asking Slot some questions after press conference, like, why did you rotate tonight in a harder game away to AC Milan in Europe and not at home against Nottingham Forest? That seems a bit backwards. Liverpool project 11, Allison, Trent, Canate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Endo, Gravenberch, Salah. Suppose I can't do it. I hear you, guys. I see that happen. I think if Klopp was in charge, I could see a team like Shankly's put up there. I could maybe see a team like that. I just don't. Ali, Trent, Ibu, Virgil Gomez, Morton, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Jota, Salah. I don't think he rates Endo. I don't think he does either. Morton needs to go before we play West Ham. He might just come in from the cold, you know. He might come in from the cold. See, that'd be interesting. Well, what's the time now? What have we got here? It's 5:30, so yeah, no leaks yet. The fact that there's no team leaks at the moment tells me that it's going to be the same 11. No, it's going to be the same 11. The only player I could possibly see being rotated, guys, is Dominic Szoboszlai for Cody Gakpo. That's one I could see happening, maybe. You know, Szoboszlai comes out of 10, Cody Gakpo plays the 10, and you almost play like a 4-2-4 against this AC Milan team that play. I believe they play a high line. I think someone told me they play quite high up. So he might go 4-2-4 and play Cody Gakpo in that 10 area. Could possibly go into a 4-2-4. You play McAllister and Gravenberch sitting, and you have Gakpo in that 10 area, and you can possibly go to a 4-2-4. You know, he could do that and give Szoboszlai night a little bit of a rest. But yeah, But if AC Milan do play a high line, I'm not sure if they do. Again, I haven't watched them, but I heard someone say that they did. if they do play high line, then Darwin Núñez on a bigger pitch against a high line might be the way to go. It might be the way to go. Yeah, I agree. I agree, my man. I agree. About Trent now. Joshua Trot was poor in the last two games. He was. Look, I don't disagree with that, Bruno. He probably should be. But is it a game for Darwin to come in? Is this easier for Darwin to come into a European game? Maybe. It's interesting that we're thinking all this, but yeah, so let me have a look here. No injury concerns. Slot squad trained as normal at AXA on Monday afternoon, and thankfully there were no new injury concerns to leave them with plenty of choices. Harvey Elliott was the only absentee with a fractured foot, as 24 of his teammates got him prepared underway for a trip to Italy. The training team dwindled down by one as 23 players were named in the travelling squad. Federico Chiesa will be on the bench, and Slot hinted his first minutes for the club are on the cards. Is it time for rotation? They write here. I mean, Gerald Kwanzaa, Conor Bradley, Curtis Jones, Darwin Núñez would inject fresh legs into the 11 and are more capable of getting the job done. Some big picture thinking is needed from Slot. And they've gone with their predicted. They're saying Bradley and Kwanzaa. Wow. So this predicted 11 is saying Bradley and Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gravenberch, McAllister, Jones. Crazy one. Liverpool started the season strongly. I don't know anything about that. Milan, meanwhile, got their first win on the season on Saturday and needed only 29 minutes to wrap it up, scoring all 4 goals without reply. They now have 5 points after their 2 previous draws and a defeat. Injuries to key players have hindered Fonseca's side, and the Reds will hope to capitalise on Milan's inconsistent start. This is Slot's 3rd season in the Champions League as well. No Origi return. No Origi return. 4,000 Reds will be at the San Siro, so there'll be 4,000 away fans. Now, obviously, San Siro is, I think, got a capacity of about 70-odd thousand people. And Slot is still hitting down that rotation was not to blame for the Nottingham Forest defeat. He doesn't believe rotation was to blame. So if Slot is saying rotation was not to blame against the Nottingham Forest defeat, then if he rotates for this game, that pretty much admits that he should have rotated for the Forest game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, rotation not to blame for Forest defeat, says Arne Slot. So, if Arne Slot is saying that, I'll get his quotes here. Speaking to in Milan on the eve of the clash, Slot spoke about the issues on everyone's lips of rotation. For me and everyone, we can have their own opinion. It's too simple to put this loss on rotation because I think too many players didn't reach their normal levels. This is not only the ones who started, but also the ones that came off the bench. For me, if it had a lot to do with the playing style of the opponent, who made it really difficult for us. But in the end, if you don't win, you try to look at many arguments as you can find. It's a slight hunkering down on the fact that rotation's not the issue. So if he goes and rotates today, he sort of counters what he said in the press conference on the Milan game. So yeah, I'm going on the fact that it could be an unchanged team. Could be an unchanged team. Which, look, obviously when we do the watch on, we'll come back to all this and talk about it. But yeah, unchanged it could be. Big up, guys. Guys, before we leave, get me your score predictions. Let's hear your score predictions in the chat, guys. Score predictions. We're hearing it might be an unchanged team. So get your score predictions in. Road traffic, Bergamo. Wow. Yeah, thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers of Philip Dooley. Thoughts and prayers of Philip Dooley and his family. 3-1-3-2. I don't know, Daz. I have no idea. 2-0, 4-2 Liverpool. 2-1 victory, Salah and Chocolate score. 2-1, 1-2-0. 3-1 win. 2-1 Milan, 8-9. 8-9. Gabriel 2-all. Captain Sal says 2-0. I hear you all. I hear you all. Interesting. Yeah, look, I'm gonna go on a 2-1 win. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. I think Salah redeems himself, and I think Virgil van Dijk scores from a corner. There you go. That's me. Virgil van Dijk from a corner, and Mo Salah redeems himself after last weekend, and we go and win 2-1. We can see the late goal towards the end of the game. Yeah, 2-1 Liverpool, get our Champions League off to a flying start. I'd love Darwin to score. Nothing to make me happier if Darwin scores, honestly. But guys, I'll be back for the watch along. I really will. I'll be back for the watch along at 7:30 tonight. So make sure you join me for that. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good watch along at 7:30. So join me then. Bye-bye for now, guys. See you soon.